So have you guys been looking for John Wick 2.0 build? Well, this is going to be that build for you. The reason why this build is so powerful is because of the new brand set that just came out. And if you guys haven't heard about it, well, let me tell you. The one piece will give you 5% weapon damage. The two piece gives you 100% increased threat. But the three piece is where it shines with 60% pistol damage. Yes, you heard me right. And if you pair this with the right pistol build, it's going to make one of the hardest hitting pistol builds in the game. Now, disclaimer, you will not be able to one-shot everything in the game, but on Heroic with 5 directives, most of the time, you should be able to take these bosses down. Maybe not this guy right here, who, you got to finish him off with a few headshots. But for everyone else, they should drop with one bullet. Now, what I'll tell you also, guys, is this is a pretty min-max build. So it is at the max damage you can get. Talking about the pistol has expertise on it. The build is pretty much god rolled. I think one piece doesn't have headshot damage, and that's because that piece is probably one of the harder pieces to get in the game. But I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can build this build, and it could be something that you guys put on the side and something you guys want to make later on. It's definitely a fun build to use, and I'm sure most of you guys will have running it. But let's get into the build. So we're gonna start off with the pistol. The pistol is the magic around this build. Obviously, I am running the Harvest, which you can't really farm right now because you need to wait till the Loot Goblin actually has the holiday items available. If you guys do not have this item, you guys can actually look for the non-name version, which is the Police Magnum. And the big difference between the two is going to be the base damage. This one has 30 expertise on it, so I'm getting 30% extra weapon damage. But what I want to do for you real quick is I'm actually going to put show damage numbers so you can see. So the regular Police Magnum is probably the second hardest hitting pistol in the game, 233k. This one's 256k base damage. Do not pay attention to the rest, but yeah, they definitely are almost the same. So if you do not have the Harvest, get this one, level it up little by little, and once you get there, you'll be happy. Now, again, this build is pretty much fully optimized, so it's at its peak level. I do have 30% weapon damage. If you make the same build, you might not see those same numbers, but you should see something close enough to be able to one-shot almost everything. Not everything. We have pistol damage, damage to targets out of cover. We have Determined, which is key with this build. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot, and that's why I can hit a headshot and then all body shots. We do have 20% reload speed, and then we have the short optics roll that gives us 15% headshot damage. For the mask, we're going with the punch drunk mask. This is going to give us 20% pistol damage right off the bat. We have weapon damage on here, headshot damage. It also comes with 20% headshot damage. We have weapon handling and then a headshot damage mod. For the chest piece, we are running the new brand set for the 5% weapon damage and the 60% pistol damage. A ton of extra damage you get right there. We have another weapon damage roll, headshot damage, and ideally I would like to get weapon handling here, but I haven't been able to find one. We have headshot damage mod, and then we have the talent Headhunter. So after killing an enemy with the headshot, your next weapon hit will be within 30 seconds, deals additional 125% of that killing blow's damage. So this is why this build is so strong. The 3-piece, 60% pistol damage, additional 5% weapon damage on a pistol build, it works. For our holster, we are running the Claws Out holster, and a lot of you guys might ask, yo, Skills, why are you running a Wyvern wear piece? Well, if you guys didn't know, there is a pistol holster by Wyvernware that gives you 500% melee damage, but gives you 11% pistol damage. So I have weapon damage, I have an additional 11% pistol damage, and the only thing I would love to change here is I really want headshot damage here. Now, this piece right here is typically only found in the Dark Zone or from name caches that you buy. So good luck out there trying to get this one. But again, if you guys ever see it in a vendor, pick it up. Pistol damage, you guys want to try to get headshot damage here, and then melee damage. And then this always rolls yellow, so you have to roll weapon damage on it. For our second piece of the new brand set, we are going to be running the knee pads. This is going to have weapon damage, headshot damage, and weapon handle. This is typically what you guys want on the build. For the gloves, we went with the contractor gloves. For the 8% damage to armor that rolls on the contractor gloves, we're not going to be using the LMG, so it doesn't really matter for us there. But we have weapon damage, damage to armor, and then headshot damage. And then for the backpack, that's our third piece of the new brand set. So we have weapon damage, weapon handling, headshot damage mod, and then vigilance. Increase total weapon damage by 25%. Now, if you do take any damage, it will disable this buff for 4 seconds. But overall, this is the build right here. This thing is an absolute monster. If you guys want to run any specialization, I personally like the Gunner class for that 10% armor on kill, especially if you start getting those one-shots. That could be a lot of armor you get back that saves you. But you can also run any of the other classes. If you guys want to get a little bit more damage when you pull out your shield, you can even run the firewall shield. But again, I am going to be going with the gunner class for this one. And since we are running 5 directives and we have cool skills, we can only really activate one shield because it will put our other skill on cooldown. So I'm going to be running the bulwark. If you look at the pistol, 16% crit chance, 45% crit damage, 224% headshot damage. We have 8% armor damage, 10% damage targets out of cover. So a lot of damage, and this is how you guys run that build. If you guys are looking for a different build to run a little bit closer and you don't want to run a sniper build like I was showing you guys the past couple days on stream, well, this is a great way for you guys to do this. If you guys haven't already checked me out on twitch.tv/nothingbutkills, we have drops until June 10th. So head over there, catch those drops, and don't miss out. And that is John Wick 2.0. That is pretty much the hardest hitting pistol build in the game. The only way to make this build hit any harder is if you do run the firewall specialization and you get the extra damage you get for enemies that are in front of your shield. But besides that, there is not another way to get more DPS out of this build. So let me know if you guys have been enjoying pistol builds. If you guys have been running sniper builds, want to switch it up a little bit, this is definitely a fun way to do this. Now, a big disclaimer, guys, once you guys start getting into 4-man groups versus maybe a duo or trio, the 4-max scaling could cause this build to not work as efficient. So you might be better off running something like a marksman rifle headshot build. Really up to you there. But again, this build is so much fun if you guys want to run something a little bit different. As you guys see here, almost everything goes down. And there will be a few enemies, if you don't hit the right amount, will stay alive. And I think we covered everything I wanted to in this video. Don't forget, on Twitch, we have been streaming the drops. The drops are live till the 10th. I personally will only be streaming every day until the 9th, and then I'm going out of town for a few days. But we have been streaming 8 to 10 hours a day. Yes, we've been putting those late night hours. The streams have been jam-packed. Community's been loving it. So if you guys want to come over there, participate, ask questions new, don't know where to start, don't know what to do, come over to the chat, ask the questions, and I'll try to answer them all over there. But that's it for the video, guys. Thanks again for the support. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. See you guys in the next one. Hey, Nothing But Skills is out.